YouTube, what the hell going on? It's your boy Rex here. And today we're gonna react to my goddamn boy Jimmy. I've been watching Jimmy for a long goddamn time on NBA shit. I've been watching, shout out to him, man. I've been watching him for a long time. We're gonna watch the most insane NBA takes I ever seen. He already had a video on there. I seen some crazy takes. But some takes don't be crazy, they just people don't be thinking about them at the moment. But we're gonna have to see what the hell kind of takes they think is crazy. What the hell they think crazy. 22, look at this shit. 22, 15, 10, 4 turnovers, 9 for 32. That is crazy. Like, this whole stat line is fucking crazy. What the fuck? Hey, when I looked at it out of that list, I was like, bro, what the fuck that's like Westbrook? That's like some Westbrook shit. And oh, that's funny. That's funny as fuck. That look like Whisper and Jokic type shit. That shit is funny as fuck. Oh man. From left to right, Tyronn Lue A2C referee player. Who's stopping this? Yeah, who's stopping this? Goddamn, they damn self. Cause I don't even know who this is. He gonna goddamn go on goddamn what they call that shit? The leave shit. He ain't gonna be playing. He just I don't know. He gonna want to leave, and Paul George is that guy. Y'all gonna stop hating on Paul George. I don't know who this is. I can't really see who that is.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Chilling.
Me? Just hanging around.
Skill fighter to Wemby. Oh shit, Wemby. Oh shit, that man. Give him a couple more years, but he gonna be, I don't know, Wemby tricky.
I just busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage, right?
That's wild. I think Gary Payton the third best all time. Is crazy. What that just said? What the hell that just said? Commander and believe the Nuggets gave Jokic the number 15 pet and maneuver to erase Melo confidence. Melo never won. Melo never got a banner. He got a banner. What? That don't even make sense. Is he better than Melo? I don't think you can make. I don't think he's a better all around player than Melo. Melo in Denver was different now. Melo in Denver was different, but he was complaining. He was complaining in Denver. Melo is definitely up there, but he was complaining. Jokic got them a ring in fashion, in easy fashion. He was bored type fashion. He got them a ring, but Melo, that ain't petty. You just ain't get a fucking ring. That's it. Yeah, that shit crazy. What the fuck they gotta do with basketball, man? What they gotta do with basketball? What the fuck they gotta do with basketball?
Why do we do this to ourselves?
I'm not
Have
reading
we
all
as
this.
NBA fans collectively decided we're just gonna have the most dog water opinions in all of sports? I think so. I too am guilty of this. And today, we're gonna take a look at some of the hottest and some of the best NBA takes I've come across recently. So buckle up. It's about to get ugly. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With football season upon us and basketball in full, bad NBA takes.
Let's
I
go.
can't help
What we
myself.
got? What we
Why
got?
I choose to dive headfirst into this dark
I don't
and
know why he
desolate
go to
rabbit
Reddit.
hole far too often is beyond me. It's an addiction, really. I need help. And while scrolling for way too long the other day, I came across this, a gold mine. Will this Reddit thread contain some of the most devious nonsense I've ever laid eyes on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Them niggas
Do I
crazy
wanna
over
read
there.
all of it?
Yep.
Absolutely. Because I too want to go insane.
Yep. Reddit and Twitter, they be having some crazy motherfuckers. I love Reddit and Twitter. You niggas is crazy though. You niggas is crazy.
And after seeing this comment, I knew it was time for another hot takes video. Now, our first take comes from former NBA player Rashard McCants, who came up with a diabolical take while on a podcast with Gilbert Arenas a few weeks ago.
I think that the real hoopers know that Kevin Durant is going to go down as a better basketball player
Than LeBron James.
than LeBron.
What the hell?
At the end of the road, not right now. Just as much hype as LeBron, you know, Texas and DC assault, all that stuff. It's like, well, why is KD not being seen as top 3 all time?
Because the
He went to
media-
the fucking Warriors. He went to the Warriors and fucking after they whooped his ass, he went to the Warriors and won. That's the only reason niggas ain't gonna look at him. But he went there and won with fucking fashion. But they not finna compare him to LeBron. That's just not finna happen.
killed off the legacy when he left.
When he left, yep.
Now, the take itself is one thing, because in no universe would KD ever be regarded as a better basketball player.
No
than LeBron.
universe.
But I actually want to address why this clip is a prime example of how just because someone played in the NBA doesn't necessarily mean they're an expert on basketball. You see it all the time. Fans using opinions of current and former NBA players to justify their stance on something NBA related. But the truth is, you can be exceptional at something and still
Not
have
know
a
what the
wild
hell you
or
talking
even
about.
completely wrong take on it. I mean, just a couple months ago, Shaq unironically asked what's the difference between Wemby and Bol Bol. Steven Jackson, a once really good NBA player, said he was better than Manu Ginobili, Ray Allen, and Vince Carter.
Give me a guy that you think you're better than, that it'll be a Hall of Famer.
Manu Ginobili.
Definitely Ray Allen.
I didn't
Vince
see.
Carter.
I think as a player, yes.
Manu Ginobili.
I definitely think I was better than Ginobili.
You can be
I didn't
great
see
at
Steven
something
Jackson play,
and
but-
still be wrong. And this idea that only real
He
hoopers
like Anthony
will
Edwards.
understand his stance
Kinda.
is just
No,
a
you don't. I take
baseless
that back.
claim to negate anyone's opinions that don't align with his. I get it. Some play the game, some watch the game. I understand the difference between a hooper and someone who just plays or even just casually watches
Yo, you know what's
basketball.
crazy?
But
I think somebody, either it was a hot take or somebody was saying the best coaches didn't play basketball, and the best basketball players can't coach. That's kind of like what this is, kind of. If I were to make, can I make that argument? I don't know. Let me think about that one. People that play basketball can't talk about basketball. They can talk about basketball. That don't mean they know what the hell they talking about. I gotta think about that one.
being good at playing the game
That don't
and
mean you
really
know gonna hear you.
understanding the game and what makes players great are two separate things.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
no expert, but guys like Ben Taylor, Zach Lowe, and Kevin O'Connor are excellent NBA analysts who really understand all the finer nuances of the game, and yet they never played it at any significant level.
That's what I was
this
saying.
All reminds me of the quote, "Those who can, do. Those who can't, teach." Some of the greatest coaches were just pretty good basketball players, but not even close to NBA talent. And some of the best players are absolutely
The words, I
lost
just
without a
said
jersey
this.
on.
I just fucking said this. That's what it is. I just said this shit. Yes, that is fucking true as fuck. That's a true statement. Cause that nigga there is oh my god. We don't want to talk about the ownership and
And a
shit.
ball in their hands. You do not have to be a real hooper to really understand the game and have a passion for it and have well thought out, informed, and reputable opinions on it.
Exactly.
Now, our next take comes from a fan that's certainly not alone in his opinion, and that's because he thinks Giannis is overpaid for a guy who can only run and dunk. Now, this has been the narrative on Giannis even before he won a championship nearly 3 years ago.
They can't
Big
stop
guy
it.
Run, big guy dunk.
They can't
But
stop it.
I don't get this line of reasoning. That's like saying Stephen Curry is overpaid for a guy that only shoots
Shoot
threes.
threes.
Or that Magic Johnson was good for a guy that could only pass. Even the greats have their strengths and weaknesses. Shaquille O'Neal
It was
literally made a living
for
by being bigger and
dunking
stronger than everyone else.
on niggas'
Imagine
head.
seeing this and saying, that's not bad for a guy who just drops steps and dunks everything. Well,
Can't stop it.
yeah, no one could stop it.
Exactly.
This is exactly what made him so good. Now, if a player has a very one-dimensional game that falls apart and is ineffective when it matters, like the playoffs, then there might be some merit to this statement. But Giannis has won a title. The man dropped 50 to close out a finals series just running and dunking. That's his role. That's what he's good at, and it works. In fact, he's expanded his game over the last few years with three-pointers and more perimeter play.
He have been
and
getting more.
ironically, whenever
He have been getting more comfortable with his shot because he can't keep running and dunking all the time. I think I had an argument with some niggas the other day. He getting better. You can't win a championship by fucking dunking the ball all the time. They can't stop it. If that was the case, why the fuck does Zion Williams don't do it? Can't nobody stop Zion Williams in the hole. So why the fuck he don't just run and dunk all day? He can't.
he does this, people just say, why is he shooting threes instead of just running and dunking
Exactly.
the ball? If you're getting the job done.
Just like LeBron. Nigga was talking about why LeBron don't lay it up all the time. What the fuck? Because he can't. He fucking can't.
You get it done is irrelevant. This is a bad take. This next take comes from an NBA fan that says that Steph Curry is top 10 all time. And not only do I agree with this,
That's agree.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
true.
think this is a hot take anymore.
Right, that's true.
And yet somehow, in the great year of 2024, there are still people out there who don't think Steph is in the pantheon of NBA greats. His impact on the
Why?
game, his dominance, his revolutionary skill set, his place as inarguably the greatest shooter of all time, all make him clearly a top 10 player. But I think it's his shortcomings and small hiccups throughout his career that keep some fans from putting him amongst the greatest to ever play. Kevin Durant joining the Warriors, the 3-1 comeback, this nonsense narrative that all he does is run around moving screens and chuck up threes. But while considering all of Steph's imperfections, we tend to forget that every all-time great has had their shortcomings or even questionable victories. Hakeem won his 2 championships in the 2 seasons Michael Jordan was retired and wasn't around to defend his title. Kareem, regarded by most as the 3rd greatest player ever, has 6 championships but only 2 finals MVPs since he played with the greatest point guard of all time for a decade. Kobe
Too
was the
young.
2nd best player for 3 of his championships. Duncan won his first title in a weird half-ass lockout season and was not the best player on the Spurs in their last title run. Larry Bird was playing with the damn dream team when he did all of his damage. As time goes by, we tend to overlook or even forget
Look,
about
them hot
that.
takes, I'm too young to fucking go on them type hot takes, but the ones now, by Tim Duncan, he was the 2nd best player on the shit. Yeah. I don't know why Steph Curry ain't the best player. I mean, one of the best top 10. How he top 10 is crazy. They say top 10 or top 5. Top 10 is crazy. I don't know what top 10 he was talking to, but top 10 probably the last. I say the last between. I say niggas between 20 and 40. That niggas in their top 10. Top 10, at least top 10, because everybody the first 2 gonna be. Everybody the first 3 should be Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. Or Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Well, that's your first 3 starting off. Then you might go, I don't know, I don't even fucking know. I don't know where you got to that. You go how the fuck you want to go. But Steph Curry is definitely in the top 10. I don't know what the fuck these niggas talking about.
And focus on the
The hell
good.
they watching it,
I
they ain't
think
watching.
this will happen with Steph as he nears the end of his career. And everyone will start to see that he is without a doubt one of the 10 greatest players of all time.
Yeah,
Now
10.
this next take comes from a fan who has
Nah,
fallen victim to a narrative.
I had another hot take on Jokic. Not Jokic, the fuck? Luka I wait on that one. I'm gonna wait on that one.
That has ran rampant over the last year. Ever since LeBron James broke the NBA's all-time scoring record last season, fans have been theorizing who might be the player to break it.
Luka
And
go
like many
crazy.
others, this fan says it will be Luka
Oh
Doncic.
hell no. Well,
My brother.
he got a long ass way to go. But goddamn, I don't think you can guess that one. That might not even be in our lifetime if somebody break LeBron. Shit, LeBron probably got about 2 more years.
Luka Doncic is not breaking LeBron's
Yeah,
scoring
he ain't
record.
breaking no scoring
In
record.
fact,
Hell no.
no one in the NBA today, or
No.
even any upcoming prospects, will break LeBron's scoring record. I would even go as far as saying this record will not be broken within our lifetime.
I just said that.
Records are made to be broken. It's only a matter of time. Yeah. Whatever LeBron ends up with, no one is touching it. I get that Luka is the obvious prime candidate to get the job done, but even he is already way off pace from where LeBron was at this point in his career. Luka is nearly 5.5 seasons into his NBA career and has 10,177 total career
LeBron
points.
had
At the
18.
exact same point in his career,
Damn.
LeBron already had 11,621
Oh, I said
career
18.
points. That's nearly a full season worth of points, off pace already. And the scoring gap between LeBron and many other young stars around the league is even bigger. In fact,
Damn.
at the pace he is on, Luka would have to keep scoring the ball like he has been and play in the NBA until 2042 to break the record LeBron will more than likely end up with. But
shit.
not only did LeBron get out to arguably the greatest start in NBA history, he never had a major injury in over 20 years. And he's also having the greatest finish to a career in NBA
He's
history.
still scoring
Does this look like a man
25.
who is going to play over 20 years in the NBA? Even with the way scoring continues to increase, players don't even play enough games anymore to keep up with LeBron's pace. Say LeBron plays 2 more seasons after
I
this year,
said that.
putting
Boy,
up
I'm
the
good
same
at this
numbers
shit.
he
Boy,
is
these
now,
numbers and
and
shit.
say a player
These numbers and shit is. I'm good with this shit now. Come on now. These numbers is popping up like a motherfucker in my head.
manages to be the most lethal scorer ever. MJ has the highest career points per game average in NBA history at 30.1 points. So this new player is literally scoring like Michael Jordan from the moment he steps foot in the league. Now, if that player played
shit.
70 games a season, averaging
Doubt it.
30.1 points a game
Doubt it.
for every year, he would have to play
At least by
for
25
22
years.
seasons to break LeBron's
I said
scoring
25,
record.
22.
30 a game for 22 years straight,
That's it.
with no margin for injuries, breaks, or any regression. It is not happening.
That shit ain't
Some
happening.
records are just unbeatable. Bill Russell's 11 rings will never be topped. John Stockton's assist record, it's not going anywhere. LeBron's scoring record will be the same. You and I will never see this record get broken.
Nope.
Now, our last take is a scorcher, and I couldn't agree more with it. This guy said, says that many, if not most, NBA fans don't actually watch games. They just watch clips, highlights, and gather stats to form their opinions.
Yo, I
And
used to watch basketball religiously. I just stopped watching. I ain't gonna say stop. I watch clips and highlights and shit and stats and shit now, but by probably I say by 5 to 4 months after the goddamn play-in, whatever that tournament was, that's when I stopped kind of watching. I'm gonna keep back watching, but before then, I watch every game, every interview, every documentary. I watch all that shit. So that's not true. This is not true whatsoever. Niggas watch that shit. Niggas used to be at work at Amazon. I had that bitch propped up. We watching that game.
And in my experience, this is absolutely true.
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
true.
to really know what's going on from game to game and have a solid idea of who's having a good year, who's not, why some
Yeah, you'll
players
watch
are making
clips.
leaps while others are taking steps back, why some teams are winning and others aren't, you need to watch the games. It's a wild concept, I know. But time and time again, fans will have their entire perception of the league curated purely off of stats and highlights. Isaiah Joe is having an awesome year. He's played a vital role in OKC's rotation and fills a lot of gaps for them on both ends of the court. You would not know this unless you watch them play. In fact, you might not even know who Isaiah Joe is
I
if
do
you
not.
don't watch OKC play. Russell Westbrook has been a demon on defense for the past month, guarding the opposing team's best perimeter players, breaking up sets, getting
I
into
haven't watched
passing
no
lanes,
no
just
Clippers
being the
game.
best, and pushing the pace for the Clippers. He has been awesome in his role this
Why the fuck
season.
he ain't do that with the
You
Lakers?
would not know this if you don't watch the games. Nikola Jokic has seen a dip in production over the last 10 games or so. His numbers are down. This might have you believing he's having a bad stretch of games here. He is not.
He is
the man
not.
is on cruise control. They are winning games, and that's all he cares about. But you would not know this if you don't watch the games. Now, there's nothing wrong with casual fandom. Not everyone wants to sit around and watch a game between the Blazers and the Jazz at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. But context matters. And
Hey, shout out to Jimmy, man. I love his videos. Now, what I was gonna say, hot take, they were nice. Steph Curry is in the top 10. Yeah, now I watch clips and shit. I don't know. I know majority of basketball players. I don't know goddamn OKC people. But think about that goddamn takedown. But yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace. I did all that tapping and shit.